Welcome to my channel, detailing events throughout the decades. 2005. Southwest Airlines Flight 1248. Southwest Airlines Flight 1248 was a scheduled passenger flight, which departed from Baltimore and was flying to Chicago Midway International Airport. It was Thursday, December 8 when the aircraft was coming towards the landing approach at excessive speed, during a snowstorm and a tailwind. The runway had been cleared of snow, but the snowstorm had reduced visibility. Southwest Airlines attempted the landing, on what was considered a short runway. During the landing, Flight 1248 ran off the runway and plowed through a fence, heading onto the street, hitting two vehicles in the process. It eventually came to rest on top of a car, killing a 6-year-old boy and injuring his family. Passengers on board, as well as some people on the ground, were also injured. Around 12 people had to be taken to hospital for their injuries. It was reported that Flight 1248 could have held in the air until the weather had improved slightly, or have diverted to Chicago O'Hare International Airport, which had substantially longer runways. The NTSB determined that the aircraft had touched down in the touchdown zone of the runway with around 4,500 feet remaining, but because of the prevailing weather conditions, the aircraft needed around 5,300 feet of runway to stop successfully. The pilot also claimed that he could not get the reverse thrust levers out of the stowed position at the time. The flight data recorder reveals that the thrust reversers were not deployed until 18 seconds after touchdown, by which time, there was about 1,000 feet of runway remaining. The accident was the first Southwest Airlines accident in 35 years to result in a fatality. The NTSB determined that the probable cause of the accident was the flight crew's failure to activate the thrust reversers in time, which resulted in a runway overrun. This failure occurred because the pilot's first experience and lack of familiarity with the aircraft's auto brakes system distracted them from the thrust reverser. It was also concluded that the accident was the pilot's first experience landing with the system, and that Southwest Airlines had not provided proper training for their pilots to use it. It is now recommended practice for any new runway to have a clear area of at least 1,000 feet at each end. This allows space for any aircraft that overruns the runway to be able to stop safely before any accident occurs. Forever remembering Joshua Woods, the 6-year-old boy who died in his car on that fateful evening. May you never be forgotten. Thank you for watching and learning about these events from history. Please subscribe to my channel to view other events throughout the decades.